Hello everyone. Welcome back to Subhani Coding Guide. In this video, we will continue our Excel interview question series with part 2. We will cover questions 11 to 20, including important Excel functions and features such as sum, average, count, if, VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, conditional formatting, data validation, cell references, and Excel charts. Each question is explained with a simple answer and a practical demonstration to help you prepare for interviews and improve your Excel skills. So without further delay, let's get started.
What is the sum function? The sum function is one of the most commonly used functions in Microsoft Excel. It is used to add numbers quickly and accurately. Instead of adding values manually, the sum function calculates the total automatically. Syntax: sum, open parentheses, number 1, comma, number 2, close parentheses. Example: suppose you have the values 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Using the sum function, Excel adds all these values and returns the total, which is 150. You can also use the formula equals sum, open parentheses, A1, colon, A5, close parentheses. This formula adds all the values from cells A1 to A5. In simple words, the sum function helps you quickly calculate the total of a group of numbers, saving time and reducing manual calculation. What is the average function? The average function is used to calculate the arithmetic mean of a group of numbers. It adds all the selected values and divides the total by the number of values. Syntax: average, open parenthesis, A1, colon, A5, close parenthesis. Example: if the values are 1, 5, 10, 15, and 20, the average function returns 10.2. In simple words, the average function helps you quickly find the average value of a set of numbers without performing the calculation manually. What is the count function? The count function is used to count the number of cells that contain numeric values in a selected range. It counts only numbers and ignores blank cells, text, and other non-numeric values. Syntax: count, open parenthesis, A1, colon, A10, close parenthesis. Example: suppose a range contains the values 10, 20, 30, a blank cell, and the text Excel. The count function returns 3 because it counts only the numeric values. In simple words, the count function helps you quickly determine how many cells contain numbers in your data. What is the if function? The if function is used to perform logical tests in Microsoft Excel. It returns one value if a condition is true and another value if the condition is false. Syntax: if, open parenthesis, logical test, comma, value if true, comma, value if false, close parenthesis. Example: suppose a student's marks are stored in cell B2. Use the formula equals if, open parenthesis, B2 greater than 35, comma, pass, comma, fail, close parenthesis. If the value in cell B2 is greater than 35, Excel displays pass. Otherwise, Excel displays fail. In simple words, the if function helps you make decisions in Excel based on a specified condition. What is VLOOKUP? VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. It is used to search for a value in the first column of a table and return the corresponding value from another column. Syntax: VLOOKUP, open parenthesis, lookup value, comma, table array, comma, column index number, comma, false, close parenthesis. Example: suppose you have a table containing employee IDs
employee names, and departments. If you enter an employee ID, the VLOOKUP function searches for that ID in the first column of the table and returns the corresponding employee name. In our example, the lookup value is stored in cell F1. The table range is from A2 to C6. The number 2 tells Excel to return the value from the second column, which is the employee name. The word false tells Excel to find an exact match. In simple words, VLOOKUP helps you quickly search for information in a table and return the related value.
What is XLOOKUP? XLOOKUP is a modern lookup function introduced in newer versions of Microsoft Excel. It is more flexible and powerful than VLOOKUP. Unlike VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP can search both left and right in a table. It also allows you to display a custom message when the lookup value is not found. Syntax: XLOOKUP, open parenthesis, lookup value, comma, lookup array, comma, return array, comma, if not found, close parenthesis. Example: suppose you want to search for an employee ID and return the corresponding employee name. You can use the XLOOKUP function to search the employee ID and retrieve the matching employee name. If the employee ID is not available, XLOOKUP can display a custom message, such as not found. In simple words, XLOOKUP is an advanced version of VLOOKUP that is easier to use and provides more powerful features. Note: XLOOKUP is available only in Microsoft Excel 2021 and Microsoft 365. If you are using Excel 2019 or an earlier version, you can use VLOOKUP instead.
What is conditional formatting? Conditional formatting is an Excel feature used to automatically format cells based on specified conditions. It helps users quickly identify important information by highlighting data with different colors, icons, or formatting styles. For example, you can highlight marks greater than 80 in green, or highlight marks less than 35 in red. You can also highlight duplicate values, top-performing records, or specific dates. In our example, marks greater than 34 are highlighted in green, and marks less than 35 are highlighted in red. This makes it easy to identify students who have passed and those who have failed. In simple words, conditional formatting helps you visualize your data and makes it easier to analyze important information at a glance.
What is data validation? Data validation is an Excel feature used to control the type of data that users can enter into a cell. It helps reduce data entry errors and ensures that only valid and consistent data is entered into a cell. For example, you can create a drop-down list containing options such as male and female, or yes and no. In our example, we created a drop-down list with the options male and female. When a user clicks the drop-down arrow, they can select one of the available options instead of typing the value manually. This makes data entry faster, more accurate, and more consistent. In simple words, data validation helps you control user input and improve the quality of your data in Excel.
What is the difference between relative, absolute, and mixed cell references? Microsoft Excel provides 3 types of cell references. They are relative reference, absolute reference, and mixed reference. A relative reference changes automatically when a formula is copied from one cell to another. For example, if you copy a formula from one row to the next, Excel automatically adjusts the cell references. An absolute reference remains fixed when the formula is copied. It uses the dollar symbol to lock both the row and the column. A mixed reference fixes either the row or the column, but not both. It is useful when only one part of the cell reference needs to remain constant while copying a formula. In our example, we first calculate the total using a relative reference. Next, we use an absolute reference to keep the tax rate fixed while copying the formula. Finally, we look at mixed references, where either the row or the column is fixed, depending on the requirement. In simple words, relative, absolute, and mixed references help you copy formulas efficiently while controlling how cell references behave in Excel.
What are Excel charts? Excel charts are graphical representations of data that make it easier to understand trends, comparisons, and patterns. Instead of analyzing large tables of numbers, charts help you visualize the data in a simple and meaningful way. Microsoft Excel provides different types of charts, such as column charts, bar charts, line charts, pie charts, area charts, and scatter charts. Each chart type is designed for a specific purpose. For example, a column chart is commonly used to compare values between different categories, while a pie chart is used to show how each category contributes to the whole. In our example, we created a column chart to display product sales data. This makes it easy to compare the sales of different products at a glance. In simple words, Excel charts help you present data visually, making reports, dashboards, and presentations easier to understand and more effective.
Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you understand these Excel interview questions and answers. If you found this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe to Subhani Coding Guide. Don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss our latest tutorials and interview preparation videos. If you have any questions or suggestions, let me know in the comments section below. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video.